This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. This is a long video today. We're going to be together for the next hour and 40 minutes or thereabouts, so if you haven't got time to watch it all in one sitting, either add it to your queue and wait until you have got time, or, kind of watch it in kind of stages. Basically, as the title of the video suggests, I'm tabbing out a solo from start to finish. You're going to see absolutely everything that I do, all the mistakes I make and all the corrections that I then go back and correct. We're going to be putting the bass line down in tab, we're going to be putting the rhythm guitar part down in tab, and we're going to be putting, of course, the lead guitar part down as well. I didn't think anybody would want to watch a video like this, but I had it as a crazy idea, and I said on the live stream a couple of weeks ago, would anybody like me to do a video where I'm tabbing a solo out from beginning to end? And the overwhelming response was, yes, we very much would like to see you do that. So that's what we're doing today. Let's not waffle anymore. Let's get straight into tabbing the solo. Okay, this is what we're going to tab out today, and you'll see pretty much the whole process. We're going to be looking at the demo piece that I played for as you can see, the Gibson Custom Shop ES339. I'm in Guitar Pro here, and I've got a track set up for bass, and because this is a tune that I recorded, I have the luxury of being able to get the individual parts kind of isolated. So I've got a mix here of just, the bass and the drums. So we're going to take a little bit of a listen to that and start getting it tabbed out. Okay, so I can hear there it's going da 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 da, like that. So having a reasonable understanding of rhythm notation tells me that I've got something like this rhythm here. Oops, keep doing that accidentally. And that's a hammer on there. Seems to remember playing it as a hammer on. Let's have a listen how that goes. There we go. And what's coming next? A very, very similar part. So I'm just going to select that and copy paste it into the next two bars. It's only the last note which is different. So basically that now lasts for a full beat. So we've got there we go. And coming next, yeah, this is when we go up to the F major 7 chord. So there we go. No, I got that wrong, beg your pardon. This happens, I need another F note there, and so yeah, so that's lasting for a full beat there. Then we come into the next chord, which, if memory serves me correct, is an E minor 7. Yeah, so that's right. Starting off with a pair of eighth notes. Let's have another listen to that. then I keep accidentally going into the next bar. So then we have the key change here where we go to an A flat major. Right about there. Yeah, so that's, again, that's lasting for a full beat with a half beat rest after it. Then that's going up to that, so then we go up to the F minor 7, again starting off with a pair of eighth notes. I think that's it. Let's have a quick listen. Yeah, then I think there is another note in there, but it's just maybe just a grace note. Let's just zoom in and have a look. Yeah, it might be that. It's only a quaver at the end of the day. Yeah, then basically it's the F major 7 again, so it's basically the same bass part that I played for the last time we had an F major 7, which was there. Then going down to the D minor 7, starting off with a pair of eighth notes. Yeah, then a lot of kind of tied notes across the beat there. Something like that. And then we're on to the E7 chord here. Oops. That's tied across there like that. And then and that takes us to the end of that bass line there. Let's have a listen through what I've tabbed out. Yeah, it's just this note here that I think I've got wrong. I think it's more likely to be, because I'm playing an F minor 7 in that bar there, so that E flat note there will be a better choice of note for that chord, and I'm pretty sure that's what I played, thinking of it. So that is the bass part tabbed out, basically. I know it's going to be identical in the subsequent cycles through the chord sequence, because I was in a hurry and I just copied and pasted that bass line into, you know, the other kind of choruses of the tune. So I'm just going to kind of pause the video here and do a bit of copying and pasting to kind of populate the rest of the tune with a bass line, and then we'll come back and start having a look at the rhythm guitar part. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I've done a couple of things. I've basically, as I said, copied and pasted that bass line throughout the whole track. It goes through it 4 times. I've just to help me kind of navigate what I'm doing. You can see I've also put markers in verse 1, verse 2, verse 3, and so on. And I've added another track for the rhythm guitar. Now, although this is done on a clean electric guitar tone, I find the clean electric guitar sound in Guitar Pro to be, well, not particularly pleasant. Sometimes I'll use the acoustic guitar steel string option for doing clean electric parts, but this time I'm going to use, for the moment, I might change my mind later, I'm going to use the electric guitar jazz tone on this. So let's have a look at the rhythm guitar part. Here it is. Okay, so what I appear to be doing there is hitting the root note of the chord for the first beat, and then we're on to the second beat where it sounds like I'm playing a dotted 8th note on kind of the top half of the chord, which if we just kind of put this in here, there, like that, and then coming on the back end of that beat with just clipping the top part of the chord like that. That's kind of the sound I'm hearing. I'm hitting some muted notes there. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, sounds like I'm kind of getting some muted notes there on the top string, and then hitting on the top strings, and then hitting sort of the bottom part of the chord there, and then sort of a couple of semiquavers or 16th notes on the last beat, just hitting the top part of the chord like that. And then perhaps a rest there. What's that sounding like? Yeah, that's pretty good representation. As close as Guitar Pro is going to make it sound anyway. And then, actually, are there a couple of... Yeah, I was thinking maybe there was a couple of muted things there, but it's not really there to speak of. I'm sliding into a D9th chord here. Let's start naming the chords as we go through as well, actually. I'm playing an A minor 7 in that bar. And then in this bar, we're coming into a D9. We're sliding into it from a semitone below. So that's going to be... and as I say... just a little kind of slither up from the fret below like that, and that's all a slide. So what's going on? I think there's maybe a rest there where I'm hitting the top part of the chord. Let's just have a listen. No. No, let's go and have another listen to that. Ah, yeah. It's because that is actually acting as like it's actually a 8th note I'm playing there on that when I first come into that D9 chord, so that's it. Then a couple of muted 16th note strums, and then so yeah, it's probably more like just a 16th note on that. And then it sounds like I'm getting some more 16th notes there, then hitting the bottom end of the chord for an 8th note, and then the top end of the chord. Yeah. So yeah, what I'm going to do here as well actually is I'm going to make everything is kind of played at the moment in a forte or loud designation. I sometimes find it's best to make the muted notes mezzo forte, basically a little bit quieter, so we'll do that. How's that? Yeah, that works a bit better, I think. And then, as we say, that is a D9 chord we're going into there, so we'll just put that chord name in, and then I basically play pretty much the same rhythm for the next 2 bars, certainly, you know, within spitting distance. So let's have a listen to that. Yeah, now this is where we go to the F major 7th chord. Okay, so F major 7, I'm hitting that on the first beat of the bar, and it sounds like I'm doing it with a dotted 8th note. And then again, just hitting the top part of the chord there on the way back up. Then a couple more muted bass note, kind of, what's the word? Dead notes. So. And then what we got? And then kind of hitting pretty much the full chord on that strum there. And that is, sounds like it's tied over to the first half of the next beat. Last part of that beat, I'm hitting the bottom end of the chord, and then, oop, where did I get that from? And then a couple more mutes after that, so I'm just going to copy and paste those in there like that. So that is an F major 7 chord. Well, technically it's an A minor over F, but I prefer to think of it as an F major 7. So I'll just put that in. So, and then I've got basically the same rhythm on the next chord, which is an E minor 7. Okay, but I've got that hammer on at the beginning there. So that is going to be, again, that's going to be a 16th note kind of hammer on sort of thing. So we've got the hammer on there and there like that. Then this is lasting for an 8th note. And then I think I'm just kind of clipping the top of the chord like that, so that's it, yep. Yeah, and then let's just copy a pair of these muted dead strings, and again it's the same rhythm for the rest of the bar as the previous bar. So that means we're going to tie over to the beginning of beat 3 like that, hit the bottom end of the chord there, and then play like the top end of the chord here, and then a couple more muted notes there, so that's it. And this is going to be an E minor 7 chord. There we go. So yeah, I like to do this as I'm tabbing stuff out, just kind of take a step back and, you know, kind of listen to what I've just done and check for, you know, obvious errors. Then basically the same rhythm again. This time we've changed key. We're on the A flat major 7, so that's there we go, and that's a dotted 8th note there, and I think I'm playing, like again, usually the top end of the chord for a 16th note there. Type the right notes in, John. And then again we've got the same rhythm here, so that's going to mean there's a pair of muted dead string 16th notes in there, and then hitting the full chord after that, which we are then kind of tying over to the beginning of the next beat. Hit the bottom end of the chord there, then it's basically the full chord again here, so and then there's a pair of those 16th note mutes there, so this is an A major 7 chord. Now that's an F minor 7 chord there, so you can sometimes just get a little bit cheeky, and I'm going to copy and paste this E minor 7 in, and just move all of the fret numbers up by 1, so that's going to go 8 and 9 and 10, and then 8, 9 and 8, and then 8, 9. You do get some crazy kind of things coming out when doing this, and then 8 and 10, 10, 8, 9, 8, and this is no longer an E minor 7, this is an F minor 7, so let's see how that sits with the bar before it. Then it's a little bit different in rhythmically when we go back to that F major 7, but I can just copy and paste that in, and let's see what changes I need to make. Yeah. So that is, let's just insert here. I think that's pretty much it. There we go. So that's that. Then we go to a D minor 7, where I'm not doing that kind of hammer-on thing at the start. So again, dotted 8th note. Beg your pardon. And then 16th note. Where did I put a rest in? 16th note on the top end of the chord there, like that. So, but after that, it's pretty much the same rhythm as the other chords in there. So that's going to be. Tie that over to the beginning of beat 3. And hit the bottom end of the chord, and then just go for something like the top end of the chord. I seem to remember I was hitting there, and then we've got a pair of these 16th note damped strings here, so that's a D minor 7 chord. See if it yeah, it allows me to call it that. Sometimes Guitar Pro has weird ideas of what the chord should be called, and you have to type it in manually, but there it recognised it as a D minor 7. Right, we're on to the final 2 bars now. Which conveniently it's the same rhythm in both bars, so I can do a little bit of copy and paste. So I'm hitting the bottom E string there, and then on beat 2 of the bar we're kind of going into this E7 sharp 9 chord, the Hendrix chord. And then yeah, a couple of mutes in there, so I'll just go and rob those from that bar. Then am I hitting the bottom E string again after that? Yes, I am. And then hit the rest of the chord there. And then there was a couple of muted 16th notes there, like that. And that is happening pretty much identically in the next bar as well. And as I say, this is an E7 sharp 9 chord. There, we'll put that in. So let's go back and have a listen to what we've tabbed out. Yep, that'll do. And basically I played pretty much the same rhythm part for the rest of the tune, so I'm just going to pause the video here while I do a bit of copying and pasting to put that that rhythm guitar part throughout the rest of the tune, and then we'll come back and start having a look at the lead. Okay, so now we're into the meat of it. We're going to be looking at the lead guitar part and getting that tabbed out. This is probably something I'm going to do in, you know, maybe 2 or 3 sittings to get it done, and you know, you'll see the whole process, and however long the video is, that's how long the video is going to be. What you can see is that I've added a track for lead guitar, and I'm going to be using the overdriven guitar voice for that. There's no lead guitar at all in verse 1, so as we scroll through you can see what I've done is I've populated all of the bars on the lead guitar track in verse 1 with rests. This little symbol is a 4-beat rest. It's a 4-beat rest when it's hanging down from the line. If I was to make it a 2-beat rest, you can see it's kind of sprouting up from the line. So that's how you tell whether it's a 2-beat or a 4-beat rest. So we're going to go to verse 2, which is here. And this bar here, bar 13, is where the lead guitar part actually begins. So one thing I am going to do before we start is I'm going to disable the multi-track view for now, because it's easier to sort of navigate where I am and stuff if I've just got the track displayed that I'm working on. So let's go and have a look at the lead guitar part. Okay, so what I can hear there is da 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 da. So that's basically starting with a rest on the first 16th note or semiquaver of that bar. Putting the blue note in there, I'm actually doing a grace note slide up to that from the 7th fret. So let's put that in. And then I'm sliding back down to it like that. So, okay, I'm just going to turn that rhythm guitar track down a little and the lead guitar track up a bit like that. So, there we go. That's my screen recording software. Anyway. Diddly-dum on the last beat of the bar. So that's that diddly-dum bit is, well, it's a 16th note triplet. Like that. And then going to just an 8th note for the rest of the bar there. Excuse me. That is a hammer on and pull off. So that's that bar. That'll do. That actually just might be a 16th note, listening to it. So I'll put a rest in after it. That's better, yeah. And then on the there like that, that's the C and the D note there, and then a rest there, and we're coming down to this F sharp and G, hammer on pull off kind of thing. So there we go. Okay, so there's nothing else happening in that bar. Let's have a listen to what we've done so far. And yeah, I'm pleased enough with that. Then pretty much the same in that bar there, so I'm just going to copy and paste that part in. Let's have a look. into a slide up here. That's 8th notes, and we're sliding into that note there from the 7th fret. So let's do a 7th fret grace note slide on that. There we go. And that's actually like that. Oops, yeah, that's it. That's better. And moving on to so that's that it. That's it. And is that in the right place? Yeah. And there's some hammer-ons and pull-offs to go in there. Like there, that's series hammer-ons and pull-offs, and then I'm coming down to sort of preempting the next bar where we're going to the F major 7 chord by landing on the F note there, which I'll tie into that bar. So let's have a listen to what we got so far. There we go. So I'm hearing that phrase at the end of that bar there is kind of coming in on the and of 2. So it's and 3 and 4 and. So we'll put a rest there for the beginning of beat 2 and that's coming over there. So that's basically a bend and a release, and we're going up a semitone. Now I want the release to happen later than that, so I'm just going to alter the profile of this bend like this. Something like that should probably be about right. That's it. And then so there we go. That's it. Back into it. So 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, it's basically something like that. There's slides and stuff to go into there, so we'll have a look for those. Yeah, so that's a slide down from the 5th fret there, and then hammer on there like that. There's a little grace note slide taking me up to that 7th fret note there. That's happening from the 5th. then we're sliding back down to the 5th there like that. So that's yeah, it's kind of a bit longer than that. I think that's more like a dotted 8th note. So oops, there we go. That's better. Okay, then this is where we're playing into the A flat major 7th chord. I'll start off with a 16th note rest there. And then got some hammer-ons and pull-offs in here. That's a pair of double pull-offs there. I think that's a wrong note there. Yeah. Then so there's that lick. So then 1 and 2 and that's the phrasing of that bar there. So excuse me. We're sliding into that G note there from the 6th fret. Little grace note slide. And then hitting that 8th fret note there, that G, with a semitone bend. And that's lasting for all of beat 3. Then we've got like a dotted 8th bend and release. Something like kind of that is more like the profile it's probably going to be. And then a 16th note there like that. So that's, there we go. So and then bending that G note up to the A this time on the 1 and because we're hitting an F major 7 chord here, so that's basically targeting the major 3rd. Yeah, and we're getting that bend on there, so it's, and how long's that lasting? Yeah, that's kind of lasting for the full bar, and it is, or for the full beat rather, and it's more of a bend and release actually. More kind of perhaps like that. There we go. And then on the end, on the last beat there, so that's so that's happening on the and to and of that bar. And to and, so that's going starting on the D there like that, and that's kind of tied over, and as I say, it's a bend and release. There we go. That's lasting somewhere into the next beat. We'll find out exactly how far in a second. Not sure about that note there. Let me just go and check that. Oh, it is right, yeah. And then we're coming into the E7 chord in these last couple of bars here. So it seems I'm targeting the G sharp note, the third of that chord, and again a grace note slide in from a semitone below, like that. That's tied into the beginning, at least the beginning of the next beat. Let's see what comes after it. Yeah, 1 and 2, and so that's hitting on the and there like that, and possibly tied over a little bit as well, and sliding out of it. So we'll just put slide out downwards. There we go. And then basically a rest for the second half of that beat, then sliding up to the G sharp on the third string. So let's put that in as a slide, slide in from below, and then a pair of 16th notes like that. So that's, there we go. And then bending that D note up there, and that sounds like it's doing something like this. That needs a bend applying to it. There we go. And then da 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 is that kind of last bit of phrasing there. So that's bend and release on an 8th note like that, and that should be it. Yeah, that probably is more like a 16th note, so I'm just going to amend that. There we go. Let's have a listen to what we've tabbed out here. Well, let's hit save as well. Yeah, I'm going to take a break there. That's the first of 3 verses of lead guitar done, and I'm going to go and make myself a cuppa and come back and do the next one. Okay, suitably refreshed. Let's tackle the next 12 bars of lead. Let's see what we've got. Okay, so that's 1 and that 15th fret bend there. Bend, and that's tied over to at least the next beat, like that, or thereabouts. Let's see what comes after that. Okay. I think that is possibly even dotted, that beat there. So that's it, yeah. I keep hitting me screen recording software. Yeah, so I'm hitting that unbent note on the beat 1 of the next bar. So yeah, and this is sort of a dotted bend and release, dotted 8th note bend and release. A bit like this, perhaps, maybe something like that. And then coming down to that there. So how's that sounding? Yeah, I want an even later release than that, I think. We'll go something like that. That's better, yeah. Actually, I'm changing my mind about that. That's not really a fresh bend. That's more like a pre-bend and release. So that's more like that. Yeah, and then coming into this bar here, we've got a little kind of triplety sort of thing happening very soon. Yeah, and then 16th note triplets, the hammer on and pull off. And then sliding down to the 12th fret, the B note from that. That's something like that, so let's just have a listen. There we go. Da 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 da. Okay, so that's something like that. So there we go. Keep hitting save. Again on the bend on the 1 and like that. Taking that G note up to an A. That's lasting at least into the first half of the next beat, possibly longer. We'll go and check. Da 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 da, 3 E and a 4, and so that's lasting for that there. So I've got the rhythm, I just need to go and refresh my memory what notes I was playing there. Da 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 da. 3 and a 4 and a. Okay. Now that's a pull off there. There we go. Another bar successfully completed. Let's see what. Da da da. So that's there. Ooh, no. And then tied into at least the first half of the next beat. So, oh, what am I doing here? I've got those note values completely wrong. 16th notes, fool. That's a pull off there. So let's just take a listen to that. There we go. And then just coming up the scale in 16th notes. So it's probably a hammer on or pull, a hammer on or two in there. Let's go and check. Yeah, that 12 to 14 is a hammer on. And then there's a rest there, and that's another bar completed. Let's have a listen to it, you know, kind of coming from the bar before. Actually, I'm not sure that's a rest there. It sounds like that note might be tied over. Let me just go and check. No, it is a rest. And then we've got these kind of sixths coming down. So what's the sort of phrasing of this then? It's like the old Pearl and Dean music, isn't it? So anyway, so that's going to be 13. So and then just thinking this may be something like it. How was that? Yeah, that's it. Actually, yeah, it's these are actually tied over here, so that's more like that. That looks, yeah, let's just delete that and turn that into an 8th note. So that's it. And presumably that's going to be an 8th note as well if I'm sticking to the same phrasing. And then, yeah, it seems to be, yeah, that should be a 10, or should it? Go on, check. Yeah, it is it's a 9. It is a 10 rather, and then coming down to that like that. That seems about right for that bar. Yeah, that needs to be one of those. That's why the bar didn't work. There we go. So what we got next? And then yes, slide from the 7th. And that's tied over to at least the beginning of the next beat. Kind of preempting the change into the A flat major there with that B flat note. Yeah, that's it. Then we've got a bit of Chuck Berry style unison bend. So we have a bend that is lasting for an 8th note, and then the unison note which is lasting for a 16th note. So that's going to look like this. And then how many times do I do that bend? Four, was it? Yeah. Okay, so let's just copy and paste another one of these in. Like that. Those bends need to be a bit kind of more like this. That's it. It's not. I'm not going straight up to the note. I'm kind of, you know, it's more of a slower bend or a more gradual bend. So we just alter the profile of those bends. There we go, that's better. And then on the 4, and I'm just so. That's it. Da da da. So that's and that's kind of tied into the beginning of the next beat. And again, I've made the same mistake as I did before. I forgot that there were 16th notes. So that's that sounds like it's going to be one of these. So I'm going to tie that over for a 30-second note, and then then 11, 9, 8. That looks about right, and that's kind of a thing like that. So and then might have to change the phrasing of that a little bit. No, that's about right. Da-da-dum, 40 and scroll up a bit, so that's a pull off there, and slide out downwards. So I'm thinking that is probably more like a 16th note there, so with a rest after it. So that's better. So that's coming in on the and of beat 1. So that's a half beat rest there, or an 8th note rest. Da, 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 da. Pull off, and then sliding up to the 8th little grace note slide from the 6th fret. There we go. Da, da, da. So that's tied over to that beat there. That's an 8th note there. Something like that. And then we're motoring on towards the end of this chorus. We're sort of approaching 2/3 of the way through the lead guitar part. Da 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 da, 1 and 2 and so there's a little grace note slide from the 5th fret taking us to that D note. No, from the 5th fret. There we go. And then sliding down. Sliding down to that F note. And that sounds like a dotted 8th that I'm playing there, like that, with a little slide out of it from there, like that, which means that I have a 16th note rest there. So let's just go back a couple of bars and listen to what we've got. Yeah, there we go, and we're into the E7. So that's, I'm hearing that's coming in on the 2E and so that's 10th fret like that, bend and release. Da 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 da. Wrong string, I think. Yeah. And then a couple of pull-offs there. Da 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 da. Okay, that's pre-bend release. Let's just get the phrasing of that. E and there we go. It's a pull off there, so that should be. There we go. Sounds close enough to me. And then the second half of the bar, I just play the same lick again. So let's just copy and paste that in. And I believe that is another 12 bars tabbed out. Let's go back and have a listen to what it sounds like. So we'll go back to verse 3 we want to hit. So let's hit save and so, yeah, pleased with that. There's one more verse or 12 bars of lead guitar to go. I'm going to come back and tackle that later. Okay, and we're back. Just a little bit of housekeeping before we tackle the last 12 bars. I made a mistake in the first bar of verse 3, and I've corrected it there. I did have this note here as being a G note at the 15th fret on the top E string. And when I listened back to it, I thought, actually, no, it isn't. I'm just kind of re-picking that bend that I already did there. So that's that corrected. If anybody spotted that one's going to tell me off in the comments. So let's see what we've got for this final 12-bar lump of the solo. Da 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 da. So that's 1 and a 2 and. So we're going up to the 12th fret with a little grace note slide from the 10th. Yeah, and then hammer onto there, and then we're doing this bend at the 12th fret, just bending up to the C note. There we go, and that's tied over into at least the first half of the next beat, possibly the whole beat. Let's have a listen. Yeah, whole beat, and then da 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 da, and as we come out, so that's 4 and. So bend and release on the first half of the beat. There we go. then we've got that Chuck Berry lick again. You can tell what music I grew up listening to. But again, it's basically just a little bit of rhythmic displacement. We're alternating between 16th notes and 8th notes. And remember last time we had to alter the profile of the bend like that? That's it done there. So, there we go. Now how many times do I play that bend? Yeah, that was that. It's basically filling up the rest of that bar. Yeah, so it's just filling up the rest of that bar with that lick. So this bend is crossing the beat. One thing I do like to do is try and keep the beats separate. I could have put those two 16th notes in there as an 8th note, but I just find it easier to read if you can, kind of see where each beat begins and ends. So I prefer to use tie lines for that. Anyway, we've got another one of those there. And then another one there, and there's that bar of Chuck Berry lick all put in. Let's have a listen to this. There we go. What we got in the next bar? Diddle-a-did-it. Okay, so that's like a triplet 16th note kind of thing, I think. Diddle-a-did-it, yeah. That's what I would naturally assume it to be. And that's a slide from there to there, and that's a pull off from there. And then we'll take the triplet thing off there. Is that what I thought it was? Yeah, it is. Then a similar lick on beat 2, but coming down here like this. Again, slide, pull off, and then we want just regular 16th notes for this. So yeah, that's it. Da, 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 da. Okay, so that's 3 and a 4 and I'm putting that blue note in there, the flat 5th, the E flat, and there's a little grace note slide up to it from the D. And then I'm sliding back down from it. I think that's probably going to be a pull off as well. So that's that. There we go. There we go. Da da da. Oh, so that's going. Just that little rest there. There we go. That's the sound I'm hearing. Hearing that note there, it's very quiet. I think I just played that as like what you would call a hammer on from nowhere. There we go. over to the next beat. And then coming into, like, you know, where it shifts tonality a little bit and goes to the F major 7th chord. I'm coming down there onto an F note. Am I sliding down to that? Yes, indeed I am. So let's put that in as a slide. Now, what's going on after that? That sounds... yeah, that's about right. And then we've got... yeah, yeah, I'm just need to get me bearings in this bar a little bit. Yeah, that's happening on the 2E of beat 2. And then we're getting a bend coming in on that note. We've got to pull off here. And then that's lasting for an 8th note. Then we've got a pair of 16th notes here for that pull off. There we go. Okay, bar 42 of 49 bars. We're getting there. And 2, and that's the phrasing of that. So, half beat rest or 8th note rest at the beginning of that bar there. That's lasting. That's lasting for that entire beat there, and then 3 16th notes to and then a quick slide out on that note. And then a rest to complete the bar. So there we go. All right. So, sort of syncopated, funky kind of strumming. Coming in the right place. That's it. Yep. I know what's happening. Yes, I'm putting those some kind of muted-y kind of funky things in there, aren't they? So that's it. And then kind of more muted sort of stuff here. Ah, yes, but with the rest before it. There we go. I think that's tied over at the beginning of the next beat. Yep. That's a pull off there. So that's, there we go. One E-ander, two E-ander. So that's got the rhythm. Let's get the notes. Yep. Put in the pull-offs where they're happening. There and there. There we go. Da 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 da. Right, so that's there, a little grace note slide from the 10th fret down into that, so let's put that in. Tied over the next beat. What's that bar done? There we go, and then we're back into the F major 7 chord again. Da 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 da. Looks about right. There we go. It looks about right because it is. Oops, then. Might be a hammer on there. Let me just go and check that. Yeah, it is. It's a hammer on to get me back into that note there. Oops, get rid of that. Yep, and then we're hitting that there, so there we go, into the next bar. Da 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 da. 1 and 2 and that's tied over to at least the beginning of the next beat. Yeah. And then we're just hitting that bend again there for the second half of that beat as a pre-bend. Then kind of, oh, wrong string. How long's that note last? Yeah, almost, but not quite the whole beat. So, and it is actually sliding out of that bend there, but Guitar Pro doesn't like you doing bends and slides together. I'm going to try, yeah, let's do it this. So let's make that an 8th note, and then we'll tie it over to a 16th note, which is where I'll apply the slide, like that. So slide out downwards, and then 16th note rest there. So there we go, that's more like it. Final 2 bars now, where we're playing over that E7 chord. Da, da, da. So and a little kind of semi-quaver triplet hammer-on pull-off. So then we have and then coming down to there with a little grace note slide from the 7th fret. I believe we're about ready to top it out with the last note. There we go. Finishing on the A note at the 5th fret on the 6th string. And tell you what, let's go right the way back to the beginning. Go back to the multi-track view and let's listen to the whole score of this. Here we go. So that's what it sounds like. Hands up, all the people who spotted my mistake in every verse. I've labelled that A flat, excuse me, major 7th as an A major 7th chord. So we'll just go in and amend that in each verse. So there's the first verse done. Actually, no, that was the second verse I did there, wasn't it? Let's go in and do the one in the first verse, which will be somewhere there it is. Let's just rename that. And then into verse 3, it'll be about here somewhere, I believe. There we go, yes. In flat major 7. And then the final one will be in verse 4. We'll just scroll down to that. And here it is here. So, there we go. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. That is fairly accurate representation of what I played, and you've seen how I do it. Make of it what you will. And there you have it. Obviously, what you need to be able to do this is an understanding of rhythm notation. I've done several videos on this in the past. I'll put links to them in the description, and so just you can see the value of being able to understand rhythm notation, because it allows you to do this kind of thing. And some people enjoy cryptic crosswords, some people enjoy Sudokus, recreational puzzle solving. This is my kind of take on it. I can absolutely lose myself in doing something like this, and hope you've enjoyed the journey with me. And if you're a Patreon supporter, there's the link, there's the address rather, and the link is in the description. I'll put that entire video of me tabbing the whole thing out in the up on my Patreon page, and you can watch it as many times as you like, download it, and watch me make all those mistakes and corrections all over again as often as you like. And that is the video for today, folks. Thank you so much if you've stayed till the end, and hope you got something from it, found it informative, and perhaps even entertaining in some small way. And if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so. And why not drop me a like while you're at it? Don't forget, as always, the live stream every Friday, 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk music and guitars. What I ask you is not to like about that. Fantastic way to kick off the weekend. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your time. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.